We are live again. Yes, we are live as we were just a moment ago when we were picking all of this amazing celery. So, normally, I wonder how much this would cost. I was able to pick these two plants of celery, and I brought in a ladybug with me. But hey, got to get that ladybug out. But what I'm going to do is juice this celery. I was able to shake all the bugs off. I grew this from seed. It was a tedious job, but this is amazing. As you saw the other time, I cut a bigger bushel of my first plant of celery. I cut that maybe about a month or so ago. But this one I am going to juice inside of my Omega 3000. I love this juicer. I had another one, but that one broke. A piece of it broke. I've been through probably two or three, I'm trying to think, two or three juicers. This is the one that has lasted. It is a workhorse. The only difference is it is slower. It's a masticating juicer. You do have to cut things up smaller. You just can't drop the fruit or the veggie in there and it juices it for you. So those are the different types of juicers that you have. You have the kind that's kind of like a centrifuge and you drop it in there. To me, they're quicker, but they also heat up the food a lot more, so you lose nutrition inside of whatever it is that you're juicing. Anytime you heat something, you lose the nutrition. You heat the food, you lose a little bit of nutrition. So these are called masticating juicers. They are slower. You have to cut things up, but in the case of celery, I'm just going to stick this right down here and it's going to grind it up. I'm going to show you. I love to give a good tutorial of how this works. This is the piece of the juicer. And as you push the food down this hole, it turns and it basically presses it. It's almost like a cold press juicer, like the old fashioned ones where they actually juice by hand. If you go to some juicing places, they have those. And then you put it through here and it kind of filters or strains it out. And then I have an extra filter on here, which I definitely use for apple. Apple can kind of get it kind of clogged in there. Apples can kind of get on your nerves. I find that with these juicers, when it comes to apples, I do have to kind of clean it out a lot more and stop in between juicing. Anything that's kind of pulpy, you have to stop with the masticating juicers and kind of clean it out. It will fill up carrots, fill up this filter as well. But when I do cucumbers or things like that, it's just water. So anytime you juice something that's full of water, which celery is, I'm going to give you a little demonstration. It may be noisy, so I apologize. But let me show you. The smell is just amazing. How many of you out there have had, I can see the comments. Hey, Jermaine, how are you, girl? I am juicing this fresh celery out of my garden. And it was time to pick it. I showed on the other video that's on there why it was time to cut it, because the middle started to rot on a couple bigger pieces and the bugs were starting to go up. It was just so thick there at the base. But I'm going to go ahead and juice this and show you. So it's going to be kind of loud. I apologize. There we go. Oh. Put it in reverse. There we go. There we go. And it just grabs it. That's it. And you see some juice starting to come out there. I'm going to get a couple other. I'm going to get this big piece here. I love a masticating juicer just because it's just grabbing the roots and pressing. You see that juice coming out of there? Now, when you buy vegetables and stuff, I don't know how much celery costs in the store, but if you bought organic celery, now I'm going to show you how dry this pulp is. Let me bring this to you. This is why I love masticating juicers. The pulp is super, super dry. I mean, it's moist, but it is, I'm going to tell you, if you try those other juicers, they do have wetter, your pulp is going to be a lot wetter. That is why people use masticating juicers, because you get more juice out of your fruit or veggie that you're trying to juice. And you don't have to waste. It smells so good. I like celery. I could just put peanut butter on this and eat it. It tastes just fine to me that way. I'm going to find out what I can do with this pulp, because if you see me make a vegan carrot cake, I actually use the pulp from my my sweet potatoes. I use the pulp from my apples. I use the pulp from anything I juice. Oh, it smells so strong. I use the pulp from anything I juice and make food out of it. I just don't want to waste any of it. And as I was telling you, this filter, I'm going to show you this filter. Look at that, very little. This is a more water-based juice vegetable here. So unlike apples, there's not a lot of pulp. And I like it because it's pretty easy to juice. It kind of just grabs it and takes it on down. The only reason I'm having to press is because of the leaves. They kind of just keep going around, or it kind of gets a little stuck and needs a little help. But I'm going to figure out, if anybody has an idea of what I should do with the celery pulp, let me know. I probably could use it in a dressing or something, like a homemade ranch dressing. What do you think about that? I probably could do it in there. That would be pretty cool. I don't want to waste it. And you would think this was a lot of celery, right? That I picked. So imagine buying, I would love for somebody to tell me how much celery costs in the store organic. I'm guessing about $2 something for a bushel of it. And I think I had about 3 bushels there of what you would buy in the store, maybe 2, I'm not sure. I haven't bought celery in a while out of the store. And this isn't a lot of juice. So imagine if I bought this out of the store or bought it from somebody who juiced it for me. I used to buy fresh juices from someone, you know, I would go to my juicing spot and get my fresh juices, and it's expensive. I love wheatgrass. I used to grow wheatgrass in my refrigerator, but I just don't. We don't have a big refrigerator in this house, so I don't have the room for it anymore. I could get a special, because you have to have a light on inside of it. I had a little light inside the refrigerator and everything for my wheatgrass. Because wheatgrass is expensive. I don't know if you guys have bought it from the store, and if you go and buy a shot of wheatgrass from a juicing spot, it's like $4 for just a little shot of the wheatgrass. Wheatgrass is very powerful, very helpful. In the middle of the day when I was tired or something, I would always go to Smoothie King and buy a shot of wheatgrass, and it was like $3 or $4. $1.62 for organic celery. That's organic celery, Jermaine. Let me know if that's organic, because this is no pesticides, no nothing right here. Celery powder is $9.50. Celery powder. Ooh. What would I use celery powder on? I have to figure that out. That I would need to spend $9.50. So the $1.62 for a bushel of non-organic celery. Yeah, so if it's organic, I'm thinking it's about $2, almost $3 for a bushel of the celery that's organic. And this here is organic. Let me check the price. Thank you. I think the last time I bought it or walked across it in the store, it was like $2, almost $3 at Kroger. But check this out. This was straight out of the garden. I got this pulp left. I am so excited. I got to figure out what to do with this pulp, because I'm sure something can be made out of it. Now, there are tons of benefits to celery. I think I've talked about them before in my other video. And if you love celery, this would be, okay, there we go. I think I got it. I'm going to turn this off. So with this juicer, because it is a slow masticating juicer, I love to take it off and just tilt back and forth and make sure all of my liquid comes out of there. I don't want anything. I wasted 2 drips over here, but this is too valuable. I used to take, there we go. Got it all out. Nope, still some juice coming out. Celery has a lot of water in it, you guys. So I'm going to bring this up to the camera. Put this down. I think I got everything. The smell is so strong. Look at that. That was 3 bushels of the color. It's so deep green. I wish, yeah. Oh, Maynard says, looks good. $3.49 was the last I paid for organic celery. Wow. And Jermaine says 16 ounces for $2.76. I'm going to tell you my seeds. The seeds, I just don't even know how much the seeds cost that I bought, because I had like a whole packet. I'm sure they were just like a couple dollars. And I got organic seeds from Johnny Seed, which is where I buy my seeds from. when I want stuff to grow. That is like the best seed company that I can consistently know things grow from there. So whatever I plant from there usually grows. But look at the deep green color on this. I plan to do a video where I juice organic celery because I had someone that I know that juiced organic celery and homegrown celery, and the color was deep green like this. So that tells you was the color of your food. I mean, just imagine if something is a lighter shade of green, it's probably not as nutrient based or nutrient strong. So this is beautiful to show you. I've been growing that celery since September, grew it from seed. Celery seeds are very small. Probably something you cook with celery seed. So you see how small they are. $2.49 for a 48-ounce store-bought celery juice. Wow. Yeah, my seeds didn't even cost that. And I'm gonna tell you, it didn't take that long to it. They started growing in September. I probably should have harvested it before then, but our weather was crazy here. So we had cold weather. So the weather was very crazy. But I literally didn't have to do anything. It did not die during the winter. I grow celery during the summertime as well. And the celery in the summertime, the bugs don't really like it. Just those earwig, that's what they're called, that you saw me shake off in the other video. It gets earwigs in between and then I started seeing they were so thick, the roots are so thick on that celery. So I'm gonna let it keep growing back. The one I cut the other month already started growing back. I took some off of there. So thanks for the like, I appreciate it. But this color is amazing, and I'm gonna put this is like, I'm gonna see how many ounces this is. Let's guess. How many ounces do you think that is? Let me get my measuring cup. I would love to know how many ounces you think that is. Let me get my measuring cup out of here. There we go. Got it. So we're going to see how many ounces came from that. So imagine buying that for, I think Jermaine said it was $2.76 for a 16-ounce bushel of celery. And Maynard said it was $3.49 the last time he paid. Now, we're talking about different states, too. So imagine the more north you go, away from where gardening and stuff happens, things probably cost a little more. Things are pricier when you're not as close. So let's pour this in here and see. I think it's about 8 ounces. That's what I was thinking. Oh, I was a little short. So this is it is 8 ounces. Let's see. Yeah. A cup and a half. A cup and a half. Yeah, it's settled at a cup and a half. Right at a cup and a half. Wow. So imagine paying, if you bought, that is the best seller. The smell is crazy. So 4%, Maynard put 4%. Okay, so the further you go north and away from the farms, things are more expensive. So, and they're less likely to be vine ripened. And that is what we love to encourage. Imagine if you could grow just one. You never had celery juice, Jermaine? It is delicious. I'm not gonna say it's delicious. Let me take that back. If you could smell this, do you eat raw celery? Like, I like to put peanut butter on celery. We used to do that in pre-K. That was our snack in pre-K. I don't think anybody does it, but that's what we did in pre-K. My teacher would give us peanut butter and celery. And I love peanut butter and celery to this day still. So, but celery juice, I've had it. It's pretty strong. I wouldn't say it's delicious, but I drink wheatgrass juice. So that's pretty strong. And if you could smell the smell coming from this, it's strong probably if you're not used to drinking green drinks. But I don't know that I would drink the whole 8 ounces probably at one sitting. And I would have to drink this cold. But I say try it because the benefits of celery, most people have trouble drinking enough water during the day. The good thing about celery juice, cucumber juice, those kind of things, they help you with your hydration. So instead of drinking water, you can drink straight celery juice, but it has tons. It's like the craze now. Everybody's trying to drink celery juice to, I think, lose weight and do stuff. But the benefits to your body, and then the hydration benefits as well, is amazing when it comes to celery juice. And just imagine buying a packet of seeds for a few dollars versus paying somebody $3 for a 48-ounce of store-bought juice, which probably has preservatives in it, to make a shelf life longer. Whereas I just went out there tonight. I got the mosquito bite scar. I got the mosquito bites to prove. I just was out there. They got me on my neck, 4 on this arm and 2 on this arm. I got the battle scars to prove. I went out there just for you guys to cut those 2 plants because I noticed a couple of days ago that the earwigs were starting to crawl up into the plant, so they weren't going to eat my harvest. So I got 2 more plants actually still growing on my other tower. They're not ready to be cut yet. They're doing fine. So I'll probably just wait till those other 3 grow back. They'll start growing back, and I'll harvest those again and probably start over with some more seeds and just keep it going. That way I have a fresh harvest and just keep cutting and enjoying juice. I actually add my celery. I have some in the freezer. I add it to my black eyed peas. I eat it with peanut butter. You can do different things with it. But the thing is, just when you get to have fresh, look at that green. That is amazing. That is a beautiful green. And I really wish y'all could smell this. Like it doesn't, when I eat celery at the store, it kind of tastes like water. I would love to know, Maynard said he bought some the last time. How did it taste? And something about celery, and I used to eat celery just fine out of the store, but until you taste homegrown celery or just cut it the first time. I think last year I grew 1 celery plant because I'd never grown it before. And I was like, oh, this is not going to work. So I grew it. It did great. And I needed more room on my vertical gardening system. And so I gave it to my mom and she grew it some more. So, I mean, it's amazing. Celery is it went through this whole winter time. It goes through summer. The bugs don't really bother. This is my first time, but I let that thing get pretty big. Like the base of it is like that big. It's huge. So I want to answer any questions. Oh, it wasn't that good. Yeah, I agree. Especially now that I've had fresh celery that I've been growing since last year. When I started growing it last year, I was like, ooh, what I was eating was not that good. And I didn't know it wasn't that good, but it just tastes like water. It was tasteless. And when I tell you this celery is not tasteless when you grow it yourself, it full of flavor. Really shocked me that I didn't know that celery had that much flavor. So I encourage you, try to grow, get you some celery seeds and drop some in the ground and see what they do. Drop some in a little planter, see what they do. Get a vertical garden. If you would like, I can help you get one and grow your own and grow things that you will eat to help you eat healthier. That is the main goal. Is I find that when people grow something, they're more likely to eat it, whether they like it or not. I grow stuff that I personally like and that I'm going to eat. But sometimes I venture out. Each year, I try to add one new thing to my garden. And that one new thing is something that I've never eaten before or something I've never grown before. Whether it's a plant, a flower, marigold. I grew an African marigold last year. And I know marigolds are good to keep the bugs away, but I had never grown an African marigold. So I tried that last year. And it was different from the other marigolds, but it was pretty cool. At least I tried it and I learned. So that's what I would just encourage everybody. Pick up something that is you would love to eat, you've always wanted to eat, and you've never grown. A tomato, a bell pepper, whatever it is, cilantro, celery, and take a picture of it. I would love to see what you grow and how it turns out. If you juice it, if you cook it, or if you eat it raw. I mean, just kind of let us know what you're doing. Get some celery juice, grow some celery, and try some vine-ripened fruits and veggies. Your body will love you for it. Before I go to bed, I think I'm going to get me some of this juice, but I'm going to stick it in the refrigerator first. Click subscribe if you're watching me on YouTube. If you're watching me on Facebook, please like, comment, and share this with others so they can see this amazing green drink. And it is simply just celery juice, nothing else. And they can learn more about how they can garden as well. If you're not following me on YouTube, please click the link in my bio or go to healthytrailsliving.com and you are able to find me there. And thanks for sharing. I appreciate it. You're going to try it. I can't make sure you take a picture, Jermaine, because I want to see it. And then you got to do a video of you tasting. I'm going to do a video of me tasting this too, because I have never drank my own celery juice that I've grown. So this would be my first time drinking the juice. I've eaten it. I've just never juiced it before, but I said I was going to juice it tonight. So anyway, you guys have a great night. Thanks for joining me. I'm not going to hold you all too long, but remember, like, comment, share. June 6th, Sunday, we have an amazing program. June is Men's Health Month. You do not want to miss that Sunday's program. We have these events once a month, every Sunday, and this Sunday is going to be amazing. Amazing on June 6th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can go to my website, sign up for that as well, and be able to get on our list and know what shows we have coming up once a month so you can be in the know. You can know ahead of time. You can plan. You can set your alarm. You can share with other people. And follow me on YouTube for all my other fun videos. And I love having fun with food. Have a great evening, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.